Hello, and welcome to the Experience Local with Russ and Scott. Each week, they bring you conversations with local Christian businesses and business owners. Join in every Monday live at 9 a.m. Pacific on LinkedIn, YouTube, and Facebook. Listen to the program on Spotify or wherever you listen to fine podcasts. The Experience Local is brought to you each week by wonderful sponsors.
Kaiser Computer IT, professional IT services for small businesses in the Willamette Valley. Call 503-540-5909 for an appointment or online at kaisercomputer.com. James Reed Agency, protection with trusted insurance solutions, specializing in nonprofits, ministries, small business, and personal lines of coverage across the Pacific Northwest. Call 503-588-8229 and online, jamesreedagency.com. Independent Merchant Brokers provides innovative solutions for your payment processing needs. Call 877-460-4747 and online at independentmerchantbrokers.com. Discover Oregon Real Estate. Dedicated and experienced real estate agents helping their clients find their dream home. Call 541-250-1065. Learn more on the web at discoveroregon.realestate. Macquarie Digital tells their clients product stories. Contact them for product renderings, animations, and illustrations. Learn more online at macquariedigital.com.
And now, your hosts for the Experience Local, Russ and Scott.
I guess it's time to pay attention.
Here we go. We're on live. Thank you, everybody, for joining us on the Experience Live with Russ and Scott. Local Live with Russ and Scott. There you go. And
you just turned your microphone off, Russ, but it's always good to get together with you here on Mondays with the Experience Local Believers in Business, and we've got a great guest today.
yes, and I'm so sorry for that. Thank you I don't know what happened there, but we are so thankful to be here today. We're here every Monday, 9 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time for your viewing and listening pleasure. That's right. Not only do we go live, but then it sits on LinkedIn, YouTube, and Facebook. LinkedIn, YouTube forever, Facebook for 30 days. Then it converts to audio podcasts on all your favorite podcast platforms. And finally, it also converts on radio. So you can hear it on KWIL or KYKN here in Oregon. So glad that you've joined us today. Please engage, like, share, and just comment wherever you love to watch or listen. And Scott, I'm just so glad to be here with you. How was your week?
You know, it was great. It was a couple of things this last week that were new that was kind of fun. One of them, I had my first Amazon delivery by drone,
Oh, yeah.
which was just kind of an interesting thing. I went to order an item and it said, "Do you want it delivered by drone? No charge." And I'm like, well, it'll be fun for me and interesting for the neighbors. And so I ordered in the morning, and mid-afternoon, comes this drone, drops the box off. So that was kind of fun. But the big thing was friends of ours are involved in a startup church. They're starting a niche church, kind of like the cowboy church movement. It's the biker church. So people can go to bicochurchwaco.com and learn more about that. That was really good. It's fun to go visit different churches and to let them know, especially a brand new church plant, and let them know that other Christians are out there praying for them and their success.
That's awesome. That is so good. I just love that. Sometimes it takes the right environment to draw people in. And I think that is so great. So great, Scott. Well, hey, I just want to remind everybody, if you want more information on Scott and I, local.theexperience.video is the place to go. It also has everything about our shows, as well as the books we've written, things going on for both of us. So would love for you guys to check that out. And Scott, anything else we need to tell the good people before we bring Krista in this morning?
Well, I do want to give a shout out to our sponsors. They are the ones that make this possible. And so thank you to all the sponsors, and thank you to the radio stations KYKN and KWIL. It's nice to have partners in the broadcast world, in the terrestrial radio world. AM radio is still relevant.
Yes.
So we're grateful for them and the service that they provide to the community.
Right. Yeah, we're just so blessed, so blessed. And you know what? We are so blessed also, Scott, with so many believers in business, people who love to glorify God through the work that they do. And Krista is a special one of those today. Super excited to talk to her. I think we should bring her on in. What do you think?
Absolutely.
All right, here we go.
Big entrance right now.
Crowd's going wild. There we go, Krista. How are you?
Good morning or good afternoon, gentlemen. It's great to be here. Thank you. I just love your titles, inspiration specialist and motivational listener. Those are just awesome. Love it. And I mean, God bless technology, right? When we use it for good, it's such an amazing thing. I mean, hello, Amazon can drone you a package and you hear the buzzing and it's just like, ta-da, there it is. I mean, seriously, it's like one of those, I don't know, Jetson moments where you're just like, this is just
no kidding, amazing. Right? No kidding.
Crazy.
Well, I can tell you guys, I have not had a drone delivery yet, but I have had a couple times where you just order it and like a couple hours later, it's on your doorstep. And it's amazing how they have warehouses everywhere around close to you and that they could do, but the drone stuff is just amazing. And I'm just so thankful for technology that we can use to glorify God. And I think we should start off, Krista, by telling everybody, who in the world is Krista? What are you up to?
Yes, thank you so much. So I am Krista Tressa, your Christ-centered carrying messenger copywriter. I help small businesses authentically connect with their audiences through emotional, intelligent messaging that's purpose-filled and creates greater revenue, obviously, for the business, and as well as just creating that greater impact for the kingdom, and just glorifying God, because it's honestly all from him, and it's an honor to be able to serve him in the world's marketplace, especially in today's times, right? With all this technology and these platforms that we, have access to, and the ability to just share our hearts, share the good news. And, it's just an absolute honor and blessing to be able to do this.
And writing is a real skill. We learn how to write in grade school, but copywriting, right? And my daughter loves to write, and I was encouraging her in this because I said, you can't pick up anything that hasn't been written. Every label, somebody actually wrote it, right? It didn't just show up at the printer. And not everyone can write, right? I remember driving down Interstate 5 in California, and the Caltrans had one of those big billboards up, and it says, drunk drivers call, and then they listed a toll-free number. And I'm like, yeah, no drunk drivers are going to be calling that number. So good writing is really hard, and short form writing is really hard. As Mark Twain said, I apologize for the long letter. I didn't have time to write a short one. So tell us about the kind of the specialty writing that you do and how you got involved.
Yeah. So about 3 years ago now, I think, God he said, I need you to be available. And I'm like, what? I was like, whatever. I don't know what that even means. I'm actually a pharmacist by trade, a career and tech ed teacher as well, pivoting to, entrepreneurship and this whole, go ahead and, write the persuasive writing that gets people to, do X, Y, Z. And it's just been a real interesting journey, I would say, an adventure and joy, being able to just meet an amazing amount of just, God's people everywhere, throughout the world, online. And in person and locally and whatnot. And so I never honestly in my wildest dreams thought that the Lord would had me, kind of do a third kind of career type thing. But here we are. And it's just, I got to pinch myself sometimes that, wow, I get to do this. And it's an absolute joy. And so many amazing people I get to meet. And honestly, it's by the blessing of how technology can be used, right, in so many awesome facets. And it's just, I've always been a writer. I've always been a creative. And now to be able to help others and serve the Lord and glorify him in this way.
So tell us a little bit about the types of people that you work with and the type of writing that you do for them.
Yeah. So it's marketing, right? So copywriting is marketing. Okay. So it's about the sales and all that kind of thing. But I've kind of done a little twist with it where, I believe that our businesses, our faith, it can all be integrated. I don't believe in a separation. And so I showcase just who I am and whose I am, right? The Lord's through my words. And a lot of my clients that I have, they also want to integrate their faith into their messaging. And we're not trying to we're not converting it, we're not, preaching, whatever like that. It's just more so that we get to express, I think, through our messaging, our marketing, through our branding, just the love that we have for God, for people, to help them, because like you said, not everybody can write, not everybody understands how to, tap into their, emotional intelligence and really just use, the Holy Spirit's, I guess, promptings and guidings to be able to write messages, copy, we call it copy. But like you said, you can't drive down the road or, basically, do anything in your day without reading, right? A label, a post, everything is in some form or fashion written, right? Or, even the sometimes, the scripts for, movies, podcasts, right? We all have, outlines that we have to kind of to kind of get our thoughts and whatnot in order so that we, make a smooth transition into whatever message we're trying to, reach and whatever audience that is. Right. So,
well, and that's what I love about you, Krista, is that you're willing to share your faith, to glorify God through what you're doing. And a lot of people hold back. We talk about branding and who people really are and how we really need to be who we truly are. And when we love the Lord and we want to proclaim Jesus, that's part of who we are. That's the biggest part of who we are. And so I just love that through all you're doing, because so many people need help. There's nothing like a good story. There's nothing like getting things out there that will help your life and your business. And you're willing to do that and proclaim God through it. So talk about how you initially decided, you know what, I'm going to start doing this. I'm coming from a different background, but God's really calling me to this.
Yeah, it's a faith thing, honestly. As you see people all the time, like I'm on Substack, and I'm just like, I don't know what the next step is, but I'm trusting God. I'm having that faith. I'm having that conversation with him. Like, all right, Lord, if you called me to this, you're going to get me through this. Right. And I'm going to be able to reach whoever it is, through my messages, through my service, whatever the business, that I might be helping at the time is trying to, put out into the world. Right. So I'm that caring messenger. Right. And that's the brand is who I am. Like I just had another author that had emailed me actually this morning, and she's like, oh my gosh. And if you ever listen to my podcast or you are on my newsletter or whatever, you're on Substack with me, I say a lot, thank you for taking the time to care, because it matters. And I feel like today more than ever, just in the crazy busyness of, technology can make us really busy. And if we're not mindful to kind of harness in, okay, let's take a heart check. I say that a lot of times, like, let's take a heart check. Let's just see what our motives are behind like whatever, the project that we're doing or the message that we're relaying. What's the heart motive behind that? And, I think, yeah, I
was just thinking you made this transition pharmacy to into writing and education, but I was just talking to a friend whose daughter is considering medical school, but she's also thinking, wow, I've got like 10 years, a lot of money, and at the end of the tunnel, it's going to be a very stressful job.
True.
and I have friends that are pharmacists, and I believe that also, I mean, there's a lot of school that goes in to be to become a pharmacist. And despite what maybe the world sees from the outside, I believe that's also a very stressful job.
Oh, for sure. For sure. But I feel like, the Lord has us all go through seasons, I think. So I never view like any of my past experiences or careers or skill sets that I've, obtained and learned and whatnot. I don't think he ever uses anything, nothing ever goes to waste. Like you're always continually becoming. I say that a lot too. It's like, because that's life, right? That's the adventure. That's the journey. We get to, go on this journey each day, right, as a gift. And so I feel like, I've been becoming this whole time, and I will keep becoming, right? Because I'm a lifelong learner. I'm curious about, what's, who's God going to bring into my path next? What I'm going to try next? What book will I write? What copy will I write? Who will I, help serve, for their messaging? I feel like when you live like life that way, it's a lot less like, I don't know, you're not as anxious because it's not like, oh my goodness, I have to have it all figured out.
Yeah,
the Lord already sees our hearts. You know what I mean?
The various life experience allows you to connect with a number of different industries and people in their position and understand their audience better.
Exactly. 100%. So yeah, it's a unique thing that Lord's, doing, but I feel like he can do it with anybody in whatever, service, or whatever industry you're in. You just have to have that. Anyone, in any business that, my Caring Messenger brand, it resonates with you and you understand my heart. I offer the free discovery call just to get to know and see if I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. And I'm not going to leave you hanging and be like, oh, she said she was going to do this. And so I truly believe in character and in integrity and just heart motives. And yeah, I just want my people, my supporters to always, know that I am who I put my, Caring Messenger, that truly is at the heart of my mission and my purpose and just who I am in Christ. So yeah, so Substack's a place where I hang out a lot. You can go to, Caring Messenger copywriting. I'm on LinkedIn too, because I just feel like the Lord, he's like, be available in the world's marketplace. I'm like, all right, Lord. So yeah, thought leadership, all the things, the Caring Messenger, type things that, like you said, Russ, or lift people up. Like, yeah, you can use your words to tear them down, but why would you do that? Like, we can all like win, I feel like, in, business and go through these seasons of, ups, downs, valleys, highs, mountaintops, whatever. It's life.
20 authors coming together. And there's also an opportunity. I will be in New York on October 2nd when the billboards will proclaim not only the book behind me, Life Happens and Then You Choose, but also Intentional Perspective When Life Gets Messy will be on that billboard. And so super excited about that. And Krista and Scott are two of the authors. Krista, you want to add a little bit to that?
Yeah, I'm so excited. I think, isn't that what we're all searching for the joy in life's daily messes, right? Because we know life happens, right? Like, and then you get to choose. Loved your book and Russ. And yeah, it's going to be just a great, I think, combination of just a bunch of creatives and coming together with, this common mission. And I think it's raising money for a cancer.
Perspectives on
Yeah.
cancer. Showing your
Yep.
I
perspectives
think
on
it's
cancer.
just an awesome just opportunity for everybody to just use their creative, words and,
Can you give us a little glimpse into what story you're going to contribute? Just a glimpse.
Yeah. Well, I'm just, like I said, I'm being very open, authentic, real, sharing some life stories of just my own personal journey, with the Lord, and just walking with him through, the ups and the downs. And, it's, you don't become a follower of Christ to be, it's not about, everything's roses and perfection. It's like, as you guys know too, just like, going through grief, going through health challenges, going through career changes, going through parenting, going through, just relationships, all the things, right, that just make life, I think, beautiful, can also obviously bring a lot of, pain and, but I feel like it's all used for good. So it's truly about
That's
finding
right.
the joy, and having that intentional perspective, which is huge. So
Well, I love it because God does work all things for good. And not only my book behind me, Life Happens and Then You Choose, but this book, my chapter is done. And my chapter talks a little bit about my cancer story and about other things in my life. And, it's important, I think, to give people a little glimpse into who we are, because people love a good story.
Yeah.
And Krista, we are so glad that you're going to be part of this project. The perspectives on cancer that will benefit from this. I'm actually leaving Manhattan after the broadcast of the books up on the big screen in Times Square and heading up to Garrison, New York to speak at the cancer conference for the perspectives on cancer that weekend. And so I'm super excited to be able to do that again. But I have to be the responsible host, wrap things up for today. We are so blessed to have you here, but tell everybody how they get in touch with you today and how they can reach out and learn more about what you do.
Yeah, sure. If you're on Substack, definitely, follow me, like me, subscribe me, all that good stuff. That's Caring Messenger Copywriting. You can find me there. Or if you want to join I also have a newsletter through my website, www.caringmessenger.com. And I have some free resources available on my website as well. They're also for sale in my Substack store. So yeah, get to know me, read my content, see how I think, see how I roll, see what my heart is. My, mission is that I'm always, when I do create my organic content, that it's always, from the heart, and it's real. It's what's on my mind. It's something that the Holy Spirit prompted me to put out there for whether it's for one person, if whether it goes viral, whatever, that good comes from it. So I would love to meet y'all. And
I love this. I was just thinking about, the world is enamored with AI. And it's all about the prompts. What are the prompts that you give? So I love that people can work with you and get AI, give you the prompts, and then take advantage of the actual intelligence.
Thank you, Scott. I appreciate
There you go.
Compliment.
Yes, there you go. Well, listen, Krista, thank you so much for being with us today. We're going to say goodbye on screen. Hang tight for just a minute in the green room. After we wrap things up, we'll be there. But thank you so much for today.
Thank you so much, guys.
Good to have you.
All right.
Thanks,
See you in a
audience,
minute.
for listening. God bless. Bye.
Bless you.
So much fun.
Yes, definitely. She's amazing. So, Scott, last words for today.
I think just take inspiration from Krista's life. Go to caringmessenger.com and learn about her, like she says, her heart, and get involved with the activities that she's involved with on Substack. And as she has demonstrated, don't be afraid to make changes.
Yeah, exactly. That's right. I mean, sometimes pivoting, making a change in life is what God intends you to do. And so, yes, thankful for that. Well, we're wrapping up another one here. And Scott, thank you so much. for another amazing week. And next week we'll be back 9 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time live, Pacific Standard Time. If you miss it, you can watch on LinkedIn, YouTube, or Facebook. And you can also listen on all your favorite podcast platforms, as well as KWIL, KYKN in Oregon. We're so thankful for that. And with that, Scott, we're going to say goodbye to everybody. And with that, have an amazing life and enjoy
your local experience.
That's it. See you, everybody.
Thank you for tuning in to The Experience Local with Russ and Scott. Listen to the program on Spotify or wherever you listen to fine podcasts. Join in every Monday live at 9 a.m. Pacific on LinkedIn, YouTube, and Facebook. We look forward to seeing you next time on The Experience Local with Russ and Scott.